The focus of this research is ISTE and the SAMR model. Throughout this PowerPoint, I will be discussing the overview and specific standards of each ISTE and SAMR. The International Society for Technology and Education, or better known as ISTE, has a mission to further learners' knowledge with their use of technology. ISTE provides educational technology resources to support learning for educators and educational learners. ISTE allows each individual to strive in a connected world by growing their learning community, linking educators and partners, hiring knowledge and expertise, and continually improving learning and teaching. The ISTE Standards for Students aims to enable children to engage and get connected in the digital world. The first ISTE standard for students is Empowered Learners. Students take an active role in choosing, achieving, and demonstrating competency in their learning goals informed by the learning sciences. The second standard is for students to become a digital citizen. This is the stage in which students recognize the importance of living, learning, and working in an interconnected digital world. They must act and model in ways that are safe, legal, and ethical. The third standard is for students to become a knowledge constructor. This stage is when students create and use a variety of digital tools to construct knowledge and make meaningful learning experiences for themselves. The fourth standard for students to reach is to become an innovative designer. In this stage, students use a number of technologies within a program to solve problems and create new ways to reach a solution. The fifth standard for students is to become a computational thinker. Students develop strategies for understanding and solving problems in ways that give one the upper hand in the field of technological methods to develop and test solutions. The sixth standard for students is to become a creative communicator. This is the stage in which students communicate clearly and express themselves creatively using new tools, formats, and styles that they have encountered, most importantly, digital media appropriate to their goals. Last but not least, the seventh standard for students is to become a global collaborator. This will allow students to use digital tools to broaden their perspectives and enrich their learning by collaborating with others and working effectively in teams locally and globally. The first standard for teachers is to facilitate and inspire students' learning and creativity. This standard states that by teachers using their knowledge of a specific subject matter, using technology to facilitate teaching and learning experiences that advance student learning, creativity, and innovation in both face-to-face and digital environments. The second standard for teachers is to design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. This standard is for teachers to develop and evaluate kids on their learning experiences and assessments using tools and resources to maximize their knowledge in a specific content area, and to develop new skills and attitudes identified in the standard. The third standard for teachers is to model digital age work and learning. This standard states that teachers demonstrate fluency in the transfer of current knowledge to new technologies and situations. The standards also incorporates teachers to reach out to students, parents, and faculty in order to support student success. The fourth standard for teachers is to promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. This standard is reached when teachers understand local and global issues in the digital world and exhibit legal and ethical responsibilities in their professional careers. Last but not least, the fifth standard for teachers is engaging in professional growth and leadership. This is where teachers model their professional knowledge and skill lifelong and continuously exhibit professionalism and leadership in their community and school by promoting and developing the use of technology and bringing about the digital world. The SAMR model offers a method of seeing how computer technology might impact teaching and learning, and it shows a progression that adopters of educational technology often follow as they progress through teaching and learning with technology. The first stage of the SAMR model is substitution. Substitution is when computer technology is used to perform the same tasks as was done before the use of computers. An example of substitution today is simply students printing out a worksheet online, completing it, and handing it in. The next stage of the SAMR model is augmentation. Augmentation is when computer technology offers an effective tool to perform common tasks. In this stage, you see a transformation of students taking a quiz online compared to using pencil and paper. Modification comes next, and this is the first step over the line between enhancing the traditional going on of the classroom and transforming the classroom. Common classroom tasks are being accomplished through the use of computer technology. An example of this stage can be shown when students are asked to write an essay around a specific theme. This essay will be recorded and made along with an original musical soundtrack. The student's recording will be played in front of parents or college admission counselors. Last but not least, we have redefinition. This stage is where computer technology allows for new tasks that were previously inconceivable. An example to show this stage is when a classroom is asked to create a documentary video answering an essential question related to important concepts. Teams of students take on different subtopics and collaborate to create one final product. Teams are expected to contact outside sources for information. Within each stage of the SAMR model, we are experiencing different levels of functional change. In the substitution level, there is no functional change in teaching and learning. However, there may be times when this is the appropriate level of work, as there is no real gain to be had from computer technology. One needs to decide computer use based on any other possible benefits. This area tends to be teacher-centric, where the instructor is guiding all aspects of a lesson. In the augmentation stage, there is some functional benefit here in that paper is being saved. Students and teachers can receive almost immediate feedback on student level of understanding of material. This level starts to move along the teacher and student-centric continuum. The impact of immediate feedback is that students may begin to become more engaged in learning. Modification stage of the SAMR model shows significant functional change in the classroom. While all students are learning similar writing skills, the reality of an authentic audience gives each student a person's stake in the quality of the work. Computer technology is necessary for this classroom to function, allowing peer and teacher feedback. Lastly, in the redefinition stage of the SAMR model, there is a lot of functional change. Common classroom tasks and computer technology exists, not as ends, but as supports for student-centered learning. Students learn content and skills in support of important concepts as they pursue the challenge of creating a professional quality video. Collaboration becomes necessary, and questions and discussions are increasingly student-generated. As future educators and educational learners, I hope this information on technology will help further connecting yourself and others to the digital world. As technology improves, it becomes more and more human. An example of this is Apple's Siri as she attempts to mimic humanity through snarky conversation and humor, and Google attempts to understand our behaviors to deliver more relevant information and content to better connect with users through their various services. As amazing as this seems, this is just the beginning of what we can expect.